Good evening and welcome back to the channel and welcome to another episode of Golden Lap with the Night Career Mode. Welcome back. So, this season, as I tend to do with the start of the episode, we do a little bit of a recap of how the season is going. Oh, well, yeah, it's not going great. It's not going great. We started with like a pretty solid race, followed by a DNF for Bregman and a missed race for Loana Lovera to show up. And in that time, Holgersen started to show a bit of consistency on the podium. Bregman returned, we got him a podium and another one. Holgersen bringing in the rear. And then once again, Bregman with another DNF. And unfortunately, Bregman is now out for the rest of the season. Which means that my dream of trying to get Jorge Bregman a Drivers' Championship is gone. Has been dashed, has been thrown by the wayside. And we will we won't even have a chance. So all that means from now on is that we absolutely have to focus on getting second place in the driver standings. Sorry, in the team standings, not the driver standings. And trying to beat Wayland, because Ezzolini are back on top with their young driver lineup. So that's what the focus of the rest of this season has to be. It's a team game once again. To the press conference we go. So, first question, guys, from Pen Letters from with the Ridgemont Fast Times. Is there any validity to the claim that Bregman has been secretly working with Ezzolini and Sabotage Night all along? I frickin' hope not. My word. Has this been a long play on his end? If so, what are you prepared to do to respond? Do you attempt to salvage the remains of this season to build back next year, or do you double your efforts, spend every dollar, more season points? Who do you have your eyes on to fill the team out next year? That's an interesting one. So, obviously, we've gone for Henri Lefebvre because of the selection of the drivers available. That's who I decided to go with. But if we can secure second place in the standings, we'll have a lot of drivers available to us, and as well as the two drivers we have. But I don't think Bregman has done enough. Like, in fact, I think Bregman has dashed his own chances of keeping his drive next season. I want him to retire with us, but he's just really had a bad season, and it's just like, can you possibly justify that? Like, I don't think I can. I really don't think I can. It's just, he's just not been good enough. Let's put it simply. Let's call a spade a spade. It's not been good enough from Jorge Bregman. The tactic for the rest of the season is got to be second place. If Bregman's working with Ezzolini, I have no idea why he would do that. He's not going to race for them. So that would seem incredibly short-sighted. If there's money involved, then I'm glad he's not going to be racing with us for the end of the season. We've backed him for a long time. It would not be a very nice way to repay that. But yeah, good questions from Cobra. Good stuff. Next up, Opa, nice video. Thank you. I appreciate that. In fact, I just want to call out Punk again. Punk, you're awesome. I really appreciate all the comments on the channel. Like, I don't get a crazy amount of comments. Of course I don't. I'm not, like, incredibly... I don't have loads of subs. You know, I've got 800 subs. That's really, really good. And I'm really proud of that. And I'm proud of this, like, the channel and how it's going. But, you know, I don't get a lot of comments. So anyone who does take the time to comment, I really, really thank you. I appreciate it a big time. Big time. So thank you, Punk, for doing that. Opa's press conference question. The question is, the championship is finally gone, isn't it? Yes, I think it is. Bregman wasn't able to bear the team's pressure. I don't think so. Getting second place in the team championship has to be the focus. It is, yes. How do you see the chance of Holgersen getting third in the driver's standings? It's gotta be difficult. Yeah, it's gonna be difficult. It would have to be Holgersen kind of really focused up, and we'll talk about kind of swapping the car parts and whatnot in a second. Yeah. Trying to get third with Holgersen might be tough, but trying to get second is the priority in the team standings. Next up, good question. Thank you. Good. Next question. Cody says, with Bregman out for the season, a large sect of fans were expecting the American driver George Thompson to get an opportunity. What is the decision-making process like? And what did Knight see in the Frenchman that they didn't in Thompson? Have you tried the Henny Holgerson Hennessy line yet? What was the... Well, I can't actually remember what the differences were between Thompson and Lefebvre, but I do like his he's going to be around for a while. And again, engineer precision is just a good stat to have. I think maybe the speed stat is also one I went with. I'm not quite sure. I can't actually remember what Thompson's stats were that I didn't like, so to speak. Also, I'm afraid I don't actually know what the Hennessy line. I don't actually know what that is. So inform me, educate me. I don't actually know what that is. Either way, good question again from Cody. Next up, Adam. Next season, the fans seem to be clamoring for new drivers, fresh drivers that are hungry. What are your thoughts on bringing in King to make him king of the track? That's a good idea. That's genuinely a good idea. If Edward King, Edward King is the Wayland driver who's currently got the chunk of their points, almost all of them. If we can beat Wayland, we might be able to take Edward King. That could be good. We could give it a go. I think that might be a good shout. So good thinking, Adam. We'll give that a go. Yeah. Okay, next up from Punk. Peter, Pickle Picker from Pickle Papers. Josh, I think the question on everyone's mind is what happens next? Bregman went from star driver to liability in the span of one season. No, that is incorrect, Punk. Because it wasn't even one season. It was 6 races. So, Bregman's really kind of just... It's been a bit of an undoing, hasn't it? An unraveling. It's unfortunate. Poor starts and a lack of focus from driver and some bad team orders. Hey, what the heck, man? Barely stay above the middle pack. No, I don't think that's fully accurate. We've been in second. I think second place is going to be ours. But it's will the rest of the season just be accepting the current situation and focusing on next season? I don't think there's any magic. It is going to be a bit of a focus on next season, but the big priority is going to be that second place, as I've been saying. From Panos, wow, didn't expect Bregman to finish his career at Knight in such a way. Would you remind us of some of the good moments? Look, Bregman's been a really good team driver for many seasons. Without Bregman, we probably don't win that Constructors' Championship last season. Anders Nilsson got the Drivers' Championship, and that's great. We actually did win. Like, anything from here on out is kind of like a bonus, because we did win. We had a dominant season where we got wins. So, Bregman was part of that, and respect to him. But ultimately, yeah, I don't think we can justify bringing him back. And also, Lovera showed some good pace in his last appearance. I actually think Lovera is a female driver, so it's her last appearance. Luana Lovera, I don't know for a fact, but I think so. How'd you not pick him again? Yeah, I just wanted to change it up. I like trying to change things up and see what works, and obviously what doesn't work. So that's why I went for Henri Lefebvre, just to change things up. Yeah, really, it wasn't anything particularly against Luana Lovera. It's going to be 4 races to win the season. Let's see what Lefebvre can do. If Lefebvre shows to be like Tristan Lupe reborn, then he'll be we'll bring him back next season. Next up, good question. Thank you, Panos. Next question from Laughing Dead. Human from the Daily Deviant. Bregman is done. From personal drama in past seasons to an underwhelming performance this season, fans seem to have soured on Bregman, even as the front office continues to prop him up as a superstar. Any comment? Was the decision to hold on to Bregman made in good faith, or was it a payoff to keep Bregman quiet about personal issues? There really was no underhanded tactics about keeping Jorge Bregman for this season and making him number 1. He played second fiddle all of last season, so I wanted to see if we could get him the championship, and it just didn't work. That's all it was. It didn't end up working. So, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. It is what it is. that is going to be it for the press conference, guys. Thank you so much for everyone who left a comment. I appreciate all of you. And the channel is doing really, really well at the minute. You know, we're at 883 subs. So we had a couple of months where we kind of gained like 50 or 60 subs on those months. And it's kind of died down again. But that is exactly the nature of YouTube. And the fact that we're still ticking along is absolutely fine. You know, you've got to try and take the bad with the good, or, you know, stay positive about things, which sometimes I struggle with when I'm playing games. Like, genuinely. Like with this game, sometimes with Football Manager, sometimes with like Cricket Captain. I'm trying to play it and I'm trying to be positive and try and, like, you know, inject some positivity into the internet, I suppose. Sometimes it's difficult to stay positive. But if you guys are here, if you guys are in the sub count, if you're leaving comments, you're part of the community, stay positive. We'll try and have some fun playing these games. So that's it. That's it for the press conference, guys. Thank you, every single one. Let's go into the garage. And first things first, we're going to swap the parts over so that Henny Holgerson gets himself the parts that he needs. And what we'll do is we will build one more part for Henny Holgerson. The worst part is the steering, so we'll build that. Hopefully it won't get sabotaged. 34-14. And we shall give Henri Lefebvre the second part of steering. And from now to the end, I don't really think we're going to build any more parts. We might do a bit of repairs. We might do a little bit of kind of upgrades just for repairs. But ultimately, I think we're going to have to save money from now for the next season and hope that we can get second place. It's raining in Brazil. Let's go. Eric Palmer. Partying too hard, bruh. It's not what you want to be doing. Felix Gruber, also partying too hard. Let's go. So let's see what Holgerson and Henri Lefebvre can do in their first qualifying session as a duo. Can we get a good result out there today? Can we get a good result in the race? That is obviously the priority. We've got to try and beat Edward King. That's the priority now. That's all it is. Beat Edward King, because Jan Schaub is not really going to challenge us, I don't think. I think Jan Schaub has maybe finished top 5 once this season, maybe once. So ultimately, I think we just got to try and beat Edward King. It's a really good start from Henny Holgerson. A lap of 2:22 is 1 second faster than both Ezzolinis. So that's mad respect. Henri Lefebvre has only managed to go 4th, but that's absolutely okay as well. It's a really long lap here, so we're only going to get 4, 5, maybe 6 tuning sessions in. We're going to focus up on the chassis first thing for Henny Holgerson. This is a risky one, but I'm going to go for it. It was okay. And oh, that was awful. Okay, so 24 is... That's actually unlucky. That's quite unlucky there. Never mind, never mind. And Lefebvre will... Actually, we'll wait until the yellow flag period is done. It's going to be chassis again. Oh, these are not good. What on earth? Oh, that's lucky as heck. Oh, that's really good. What the heck? Henri Lefebvre getting a very good tuning session done and dusted. So it's a 2.5 minute lap. If we send them out with maybe like 3 minutes to go, they'll do a yellow flag lap, and that'll be alright. Maybe. Yeah, I think we've probably timed that correctly. I want them to be starting their flying lap as that goes to green. I think they'll be okay. Yeah, they definitely will. We've actually timed that really nicely. Really well. That's awesome. Look at that empty track. Brilliant stuff. Go on. Okay, it's white sectors at the moment, which is unfortunate, but the rain has also come down a little bit, so the track is gonna be a little bit harder to drive on. There's some green sectors out there, but I don't know if that's going to be enough for any of the Ezzolinis to catch up to Holgerson as things stand. Okay, here we go. So, still just going to focus on the chassis. That was 3. That was, okay, that's 8, 16, 22, 24, 26. I can't help but feel like Holgerson is getting really unlucky with these tuning sessions. Okay, chassis again. 5 plus 5 is 10 plus 4 is 14 plus 5 is 19 plus 1 is 20, 23. Okay. Not incredible, but also not the worst. Let's see what we can do. So the rain is going to disappear. Over time, in fact, the rain has disappeared. The lap times will increase as the session nears its end. So we've got to try and make sure that we are putting in our best lap times as the session ends and trying to keep the Azzolinis from increasing their, or, decreasing their lap time. Holgerson's doing a great job right now with 2 purple sectors in 1 and 2. Will he finish off with a 3rd? Yes, he will, but Anders Nilsson has actually gone purple as well. He has. Nilsson might take pole off of Holgerson here. He does indeed, by almost a second. That's a great lap from Anders Nilsson. When he locks in, he is difficult to beat. Okay, let's count it up again. Here we go. 7, 13, 15, 22, add 1. Trying to get that chassis boosted is proving to be Holgerson's downfall. It's really not easy. So he goes out again, and Henri Lefebvre comes in for his tuning. And let's go with 1, ouch. 7, 8, good. 11, 14. No, those are risky now. I don't want to go for those. So we're going to move down here instead. Okay. It still enters. It is going to be soft at some point. You would think near the end of the session it will be soft tyre time. Holgerson unfortunately is down into 3rd, and King has put in a great lap to split our drivers. But can Holgerson go out there and put in a really good lap? The track is going to get drier, so he should speed up. It should be purples. Oh, white! That's not good. Oh, that's really not good. Is it still going to be a 221? Let's just look up here, guys. This is where we want to be looking. It is still a 221, so it's not suddenly a terrible lap, but not the best. Lefebvre has just cut 2 seconds off his lap. That's really good. Okay, get round again. Holgerson, into the pits we go. Is it soft tyres yet? No, it's not. In fact, it may not be soft tyres at all. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, let's go for a slight risk here. 18 here. 19 here. Only 5. That's fine. There we go. Brilliant stuff. Now we jump down here with a 14. That was good. There we go. And it will be the inters. Send him out. And then wait for Lefebvre to bring his car in. And we go again. So... No! What the heck? Oh, okay, we bounced back somehow. That was lucky. That was kind of lucky, but look, we got it done. Okay, Henny Holgerson, what have you got for us this time? Off he goes. White sectors again. Lefebvre's in the zone. That's really helpful. And he's going green. So Holgerson still in the 221s, which is great. Lefebvre into 4th with a 222.28. Lovely. Really good stuff. Back above both of the Verniers and King. Really good. Okay, great. Okay, we're going to get one more lap, I think. Sorry, one more tuning session and then another lap with these guys out there. Which would be really good because that should be soft tires on the very last period of this race. I'm just going to split here and try and cover the... get a little bit of a boost on both of these. So it's the penultimate laps for both drivers. Let's see what we can do. Holgersen has started his lap. And he goes green. And again, that's awesome. And he goes into the 220s, but it's still not enough, unfortunately not enough to catch the Ezzolinis. But we should be able to get one more lap in, and this is going to be soft tire time. So, I'm going to go for it. We're going for the soft tire anyway. Let's see if we can get a golden tune on the steering here. Unfortunately not, but still a good effort. I feel like Holgersen did get a little bit unlucky with some of those steering, some of those chassis tunings. Unfortunately, I don't think Henri Lefebvre is going to get his last lap time in. And the yellow flag, you are joking. That is... Oh, that's so frustrating, because even if, like, Holgersen isn't going to suddenly steal away pole position with, like, a soft tire lap time, that's so frustrating, because I just wanted to see how fast he could go. That's really frustrating. Oh, Diaz, you've really kind of cost me there, unfortunately. Okay, well, the lucky thing is that it's not a rainy race by the looks of things. It's going to be a soft tire start. Fourth and fifth is where we're at. In fact, let's do this. Let's do that. Yes, that's what we're going to do. We're going to try and extend the first stint. Palmer partying a little bit too hard. And Karina Hostler. We're going to watch Holgersen as he starts. Mediums and hards actually look the same as the Ezzolinis. Off we go. Holgersen, what a start that is. He's up into third. Lefebvre still in fifth, but Holgersen looking good. That's a really good start. Overtakes King to get us ahead of the Waylands, which is what we've got to do. And now he begins the chase of the Ezzolinis. It's only 33 laps here. Because the track is so long. It's such a freaking long lap. Okay, awesome stuff. What we're going to do is I'm going to rely on the old faithful strategy of not burning fuel early doors. Because in the last couple of races I have been. And then I have to wait for us to have the fuel to then burn at the end. We're going to do that earlier this time. Oh, there we go. That's very helpful in terms of saving a bit of fuel. Palmer, you party too hard. That's what happens. You let your team down. So, the fuel will tick down a little bit slower in this yellow flag period. Which means that we should be able to burn even earlier. Going back to a one-time speed as the race continues. Checking the burn, we are at 3.2. And we're up into second place. Henny Holgersen has made the move stick on Anders Nielsen. And now he is chasing Ethan Ward. So Anders Nielsen not very awake on that restart after the yellow flag period. And it even looks like Anders Nielsen has lost a place to Edward King as well. 2 places in the space of like a lap and a half maybe. Holgersen cannot get past Ethan Ward. That's proving difficult. That's no problem. We're racing a very strong race at the minute. It feels like we are able to give the Ezzolinis a bit of a run. Okay, the burn is at 2 laps. Okay. So we're not gonna worry about the positioning with King and stuff just yet. We're saving our fuel in order to go big nearer the end of the race. Wow, King has gone past Ethan Ward very quickly, almost like he wasn't even there. Wowzer. That's good work from Edward King. Lefebvre's in the zone. Let's give him a push. See if you can get Anders Nilsson. That would be a freaking statement from Henri Lefebvre if he could overtake Anders Nilsson, the drivers' champion. Don't forget, he is the current world champion. So that would be one heck of a statement. Okay, we're going to go to 2x speed for a little bit, guys. Holgersen can't focus, but Lefebvre still pushing. I'm going to tell him to calm down. And we're going to have a check of where our fuel is at. It's at 2.7. 2.6. I thought it was at 2.0, so I've obviously misread something somewhere. Holgersen's in the zone. Okay, you can have a push. Soft tires are now making their first pit stops. Lefebvre's in the zone as well. On you go, lad. On you go. Medium tires making pit stops maybe on a lap 12, maybe lap 13. Calm it down. And calm it down. Okay, how is the burn looking? 2.1. Lefebvre, 2.0. Pretty good. Pretty good indeed. Okay, so Lefebvre has unfortunately kind of dropped off of the front four's pace. But him finishing 5th would be quite good for us. Like, it would be a good chunk of points. It's not overly dramatic. Okay, so Holgersen is now in 2nd because Edward King pitted for a set of mediums. My tires are giving out. Can I pit soon? Of course you can. Let's bring you in. He's called for the pit stop. If I go soft, I don't really want to go hard. Let's go medium again. Let's just keep it simple here. Let's go medium again. And it might even be a situation where we just go medium for the entire race. Unless there's some yellow flag periods where we can go... Oh! Yellow flag periods as of now. I don't know if we gain much by pitting Henri Lefebvre now. But you know what? I'm going to go for it. I'm going to put him onto... I'm going to put him onto a medium as well. No, you know what? Cancel that. No, he's gone in. Dang it. Okay, look. Decision made. And in fact, Mendes made the exact same decision. So that's super interesting. Except Mendes went onto the hard tyre. I've gone onto the medium with Lefebvre. Just because it was the yellow flag, you know, you gain a lot of time. Or in fact, let's say it, you lose less time under the yellow flags. The reason for that is, if you're pitting under race conditions, the other cars are going at full speed. If you're pitting under yellow flags, the other cars aren't going at full speed. You know, they're going at yellow flag speed, which means that by comparison, you've actually lost less time pit stopping under yellows than you have if you were pit stopping under green flag race conditions. So we are back in 4th and 5th right now. Everyone's made their pit stops. Holgersen is still kind of keeping with that front 3, keeping with the front 4. And his burn is at 0.9. So we're almost at a point where we can burn to the end of the race. And if we set it now, we would be hoping that there were yellow flags. So we're not going to set it just yet. Holgersen's in the zone, so let's give him a push. And see if you can bring that gap to King down. Try and get onto his gearbox. And he's done just that. Look at that. The gap is under 1 second. And he'll be looking to try and make a move if possible here. Okay, that's good stuff from Holgersen. He's caught up. Gonna tell him to calm down. Lefebvre has still got Mendes behind. But look at this. This is what I mean. Jan Schaub is down in 13th. So when I was talking about beating the Waylands, the priority is beating Edward King. Because if we beat Edward King, we have outright beat the Waylands. Because we don't have to worry about Jan Schaub so much. He's barely getting into the points. You know, it's not really necessary to think about him too much. The priority has got to be Holgersen tries to beat Edward King, and Lefebvre just brings home as many points as possible. That's it. That is the game plan. That is the situation we are in. Okay, can we burn just yet? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Okay, we are now at full burn from now to the end of the race, and then it will be one more pit stop for both drivers, and then let's go. Let's go. Holgersen's in the zone, so that's another push, and he should be able to get third place here. Off of Anders Nilsson. He's caught up to the bunch. Look at him. He is there. He is with them now. He's overtaken Edward King and Anders Nilsson. No, King's gone into the pits. Okay, that's fine. Holgersen is going to do one more lap on these medium tires. And he will pit this lap. I'm going to just put him onto mediums. I don't want to risk a puncture at the end of this race. Okay, and Ward has to pit as well. So Ward might just pit with me now. No, okay, undercut it is. Undercut time. Right, so Henri Lefebvre, let's give you the instructions to let Holgersen by. If Holgersen catches him up that quickly, that is. Those cars in front are going to pit. There's no doubt about it. King is all the way down in 7th as things stand. In the zone, Holgersen. And it's going to... Okay, I'm going to go to 1x speed, guys. And I'm going to pit Lefebvre for a set of soft tyres. And Henny Holgersen is going to see... I mean, Holgersen might get a bit of an undercut here on Anders Nilsson, who I don't know if Nilsson is going to pit again or not, because those hard tyres, they look about 40% left on them. Not sure if that's going to be how that's going to go. Okay. Times 2 speed. Let's see what the gap is. It's 5.2, 4.7. Henri Lefebvre is going to try and catch Edward King. Lefebvre's got soft tyres. King is on hards. Holgersen's on mediums. He's set a fastest lap that is almost 5 seconds faster than Anders Nilsson. Lefebvre's in the zone. Give it a push. If Lefebvre can get in front of King, then this race is an absolute win. Absolute win. Even as things stand, with Holgersen beating King by the amount he is, we're already in very good positions. Puncture for Kaito Kazuma. In the hemlock. Puncture for Janssen. Dan Janssen. Because look at that. You're driving on tyres that have got nothing left. Holgersen's taken Anders Nilsson. Lefebvre's in the zone. Keep pushing. Let's go. Holgersen might be on for a race win here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, okay, we're going to calm you down. Calm you down. We don't want a puncture. That's another puncture. Janssen is still... Oh, Janssen must have got the puncture like here. That's so unfortunate. Okay, Lefebvre has caught Edward King. We're burning to the end. Holgersen is 8 seconds up the road. This might be the best race of the season. And no, the irony is not lost on me that as soon as we give the best parts to Henny Holgersen, he's suddenly at the front. Like, it's not... I'm not stupid. I am a little bit observant sometimes. It's not a surprise. Henri Lefebvre has just overtaken Edward King for 4th position. You absolute star. What a signing. What a signing that is. Now, the chances of Henri Lefebvre catching the Ezzolinis, incredibly slim. Incredibly slim. He's 20 seconds back. But look at Anders Nilsson. He does not have a lot of rubber on those tyres. So you never say never. Okay, we're going to calm Henri Lefebvre down. He is 23 seconds back. You never know. There could be a puncture. You don't know. Henny Holgersen is freaking 15 seconds out in front. This is going to be a win for Team Knight, provided Henny Holgersen just brings it home. 2x speed, guys. Henny Holgersen is on his last lap. Henri Lefebvre has brought down that gap to 16 seconds. If we had maybe 5 more laps, you never know, because we'd both have to pit. Lefebvre says, my tyres are giving out. Can I pit soon? My guy, there is no need. You are running an incredible race. We take a win. We take a race win, guys. Now that one feels good. That one feels very good. Henny Holgersen on the medium tyre from start to finish, 2 pit stops, gets the win. Henri Lefebvre beats Edward King to take 12 points. Henny Holgersen takes the fastest lap by well, not a great distance, but look at that. He's beaten Carlos Mendez. He's beaten Edward King. What a freaking race that was. Big celebrations here. Get the champagne going. Oh, yes. What a race that was. 38 points taken. Chapman take 1, LeBron 6, Vernier 12, Wayland only 12, Ezzolini 33. We genuinely outright won that race. And and after that, I'm now thinking Henny Holgersen does have a chance of getting 3rd place. You never know. You never know. And we are back into 2nd. What a race that was. That was incredible. We've got sponsors. Use every dry compound. Don't use the same tyre compound on more than one driver. It's going to be this one. What a performance that was. Guys, we're at Issa Vanini up next. That's a race worth celebrating. What a performance that was from Henny Holgersen. Really, really good stuff. He's still in 4th in the driver standings. We've used 4 drivers over the course of this season. Henri Lefebvre, I suppose your challenge is to try and beat Bregman's points. He's got 4 races. One of them he got 12. If he did get 12 points every race, he would finish on 48. He could do it. Henny Holgersen, take a bow. What a win. What a race win. It's our best performance of the season by far. By far. Look at that. It's our first race win of the season. I'm very happy with that one. Thank you for watching, guys. I do hope you've enjoyed today's episode. We finally had a good race. It's not been a really fun season so far. Lots of curveballs, lots of hiccups, lots of speed bumps, every kind of anecdote you can think of. Thank you for watching. I'm so happy with that result. I hope you guys are as well. Leave your comments, leave your press conference. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for watching. Until next time.